Ludington Chiropractic, and Groundworks Landscaping. Now it's time to bring you all the action with Todd, Scoop, Hansen, and the team live here on the Orioles Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM.
Greetings and salutations, Oriole Nation. Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, with you on the play-by-play call tonight, joined by Troy Veneman, the girls' JV basketball coach at Ludington. How you doing tonight, Troy?
Good, Scoop. It's an honor to be here. It's an electric atmosphere, of course, to kick off the districts up here in Manistee and a packed house. It couldn't be a better environment tonight.
Great environment here at Manistee against our arch rival, a team we just played within the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We played them twice this year, both 8-point victories for the Orioles. I talked to Coach Thad Shank earlier. We'll hear his interview talking about the fact that, hey, district play starts. It doesn't matter that the Orioles are 16-6. They finished 10-2 and runner-up in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division, and that Manistee was 10-12 on the year and only 2-10 in the conference. Because when you start district play and March Madness rolls around, it's a whole new season. And the fact that Ludington has won 24 straight games against Manistee.
Well, the old cliche, you throw everything out in a rivalry game too. It doesn't matter if we're playing Scottville, Manistee. You could throw all that out the window, and districts alone, you got one and done. You got to come and play, and Manistee's playing awesome in their environment. I would argue to say they probably upset Big Rapids by a substantial margin on Monday, so they're playing their best. They're playing their best ball now.
It was 45-32. Manistee took down Big Rapids, a 16-6 Big Rapids team. So Coach Shank is very well aware of that. And Ludington, I went over to their practice earlier today, their walkthrough, light practice, and you can be assured they are locked in. They are really looking forward to tonight's game against the Manistee Mariners. And you look at that game against Big Rapids that Manistee played Monday. In fact, when I went over to get Coach Zach Bialik's starting lineup, I congratulated him. Really, really great guy, great coach. He's turned this Manistee program around. And I said to him, I said, boy, you guys really took it to Big Rapids the other night. And he just had a big ear-to-ear grin on his face. But you could see Big Rapids, Coach Shank talked about it. They started having missing some few shots in their body language. And before you know it, Manistee took advantage of it. They slowed the game down, and a great win for the Manistee basketball team on Monday. In fact, Greg Gilchek said it was the Manistee Mariners' first district victory in like 7 years. So congratulations to that Manistee program.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to Manistee. They're doing a great job hosting. Everybody's accommodating here. But, back to that, like you said, we beat them at our place by 8. We beat them up here by 8. Up here, we didn't shoot well, though. The problem up here, if you go back to what Coach Shank was saying, I think all the players would admit it, right down to David, we just didn't shoot the ball well. We can't come in here and have an off night and give them hope. Obviously, you look around, there's student sections ready to go. We travel well. It's an orange out. Again, it can be a better environment.
You're right, Troy. It is an orange out, our student section. In fact, right now, the numbers for our student section is actually rivaling. You look at Manistee, I'm sure Manistee's going to get more kids in here, more students in here. But that's going to be fun tonight, watching the rivalry between the student sections, between Ludington and Manistee. And talking about that game that we played against Manistee just within a week and a half ago at Hawley, Manistee jumped out. They had a 19-9 lead at the end of the first quarter. And Ludington then outscored Manistee 13-5 in the second, 15-7 in the third, 14-12 in the fourth. Still, it was just an 8-point victory. Thank you, Mr. Barry Plinus. See Barry Plinus and Jason Wilder next to us, the voice of the Mason County Central Spartans. But Ludington had to scramble, being down 19-9 after one. Ludington won that game by the score of 51-43. We also want to thank the third member of our team tonight, and that is Julia Havman. And Julia is our Oriole Sports Network 102.7 WMOM technical engineer. She's been with us all year, and she's really the MVP of the Oriole Sports Network. And also big thanks to Jason Hathaway, the manager at Jimmy John's. He just brought us up some goodies, and appreciate that. He's a big Ludington Oriole fan, and awfully nice of Jason to do that. His son, Jaden, played a few years ago with Ludington, and I used to always tell him, hey, Jaden, you're one of my mom's favorite ball players. She likes your man bun. So my dad's favorite player of all time is the legendary Mike Evans, who's a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
But his second favorite is Sam Lightning Leduc.
Leduc, okay.
Exactly, so.
Yeah, I saw Lightning Leduc helping out at that freshman level with Dante down there. It's good to see these old players, like they say, above that entrance. You know, the tradition never graduates. It's just good. You know, it's really good to see those kids come back. And again, you saw it last night, Scoop down in Fremont. I had Keelan and Olivia, you know, my assistants down there. They come back, they give back. It's just great to see these young kids, you know, come back and donate their time unselfishly, not only just for the love of the game, just for the love of those younger group of kids, whether it's, you know, whether they have a sister on the team or whether they just want to just give back. I mean, I left our practice down there with Coach Stowe for the varsity girls getting ready for districts, and there's a bunch of those little kids come in to play rec. They got their last rec game on Saturday, and you see these boys out here coming to rec. I mean, it's just the way this community just gives back to each other from the top on down. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and that is awesome. You know how much Ludington loves their basketball, the Ludington community. They love it, and Coach Thad Shank always says, boy, we are so blessed around here that the boys and girls, young boys and girls, love their basketball in the area here. And I don't know how many times I've heard him say that. You know, probably got a few fans out there wondering the score of the first game. Reed City defeats Hart by the score of 57-42. So the winner of this game between Ludington and Manistee will meet the Reed City Coyotes right back here at 7 o'clock on Friday night for the Division II District 35 Boys Basketball Championship. We got here, Hart was up like 26-12. And Reed City made a heck of a comeback, and Hart just never really recovered. And a nice win from the Reed City Coyotes over Hart by the score of 57-42. A shout out to our exclusive pregame sponsor, House of Flavors Manufacturing. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing is proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Oriole sports, producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937, and pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com. Of course, last night at Fremont, a very exciting, hotly contested, very competitive game between the Ludington Orioles and the Fremont Packers. Fremont prevails 42-38, but no team had a lead of more than 4 points either way the entire ball game. A heck of a game, and I know a lot of people were worried that tonight's game might be canceled because, you know, what had happened, 70 degrees last night, and 70 degrees yesterday, and then we wake up to snow in the temperature in the high 20s and the low 30s.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Scoop, we were coming home on the bus ride. By the time we got done in Fremont eating, and it was probably about 10:30, we saw it all. It was like an apocalypse. We saw lightning. We saw rain. We saw unbelievable wind, and all the girls were, they were ready for a day off. Of course, they had a half day today, and Manistee was canceled, but both these teams got a nice walkthrough today, so they're ready to go.
A lot of Oriole fans contacting us via and through the Oriole Sports Network. Scoop, is the game still on tonight? Is the game? I said, yeah. I haven't heard anything to the contrary from Athletic Director Greg Piscotna, and I said I just came from interviewing Coach Thad Shank. So, and speaking of that, we're going to step aside right now and listen to that interview I did earlier this afternoon with head coach Thad Shank. When we return, we'll have more of the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame show coming your way right here on the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned, O Nation. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame coaches interview with Coach Thad Shank. And Coach, Season 2 begins tonight. The fact that Manistee is 11-12 and the Orioles are 16-6. The fact that the Orioles have won 24 straight against Manistee doesn't really matter because all things start anew when the districts roll around. And Manistee's been playing some pretty good basketball. In fact, the 2 games the Orioles and Manistee played this year, really competitive games, both 8-point wins for the Orioles. But Coach Zach Bialik is doing a really nice job with Manistee basketball.
Yeah, I don't think many people gave him a chance on Monday night against a really good Big Rapids team. And, they slowed the game down and they did a nice job, and they're playing loose. They have nothing to lose. So So you got to give Manistee a lot of credit. They're a tough matchup for us just because of their quickness and athleticism and the way we like to extend our defense and go after people. So, basketball is a game of matchups, and then we have to control Sharp, number 10, and Cott, number 5's penetration. They've hurt us with the dribble a lot this year, and it's allowed them to get some decent shots and control tempo of the game a little bit. So we're hopefully, we do a better job of that tonight. We got to really come in respecting what they've done to this point and play our best basketball.
Should be an awesome environment up there. March Madness begins on February 28th for the Ludington Orioles. You've got Manistee playing in their home gym, and they would like nothing more than to knock off their rivals, the Ludington Orioles.
Yeah, I mean, Manistee wants to beat Ludington. That's the bottom line, and we've had all kinds of success against them over the years, so it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. We just have to be able to play our best 32 minutes of basketball. This is the time where you go out and have fun and enjoy things. You could tell on Monday night when Big Rapids missed a few shots, they started getting stressed and they didn't play their best basketball. I mean, you can't allow that stuff to happen. You put the work into this point, you just got to go out and have fun.
Health-wise, will you have Jack Stidham back tonight?
He's going to try to go tonight, yep.
So you'll have all your players back except for Luke Hackert, is that correct?
Well, yes. Robbie Killips is suffering some knee issue right now a little bit, so I don't know how available he will be. But overall, our health is better than it's been in a while.
What are you expecting out of Manistee? The same thing you've seen the first two games?
Yep, they're going to defensively try to play good, solid half-court defense, whether it be 2-3 zone or get out and deny Dave in the man-to-man and try to keep the ball out of his hands. And they're going to try to grind out long possessions. They're going to pass the ball around until they get an opportunity for one of their quick guards to try to break us down on the dribble. So they've done a nice job of spreading us out the first couple games on the offensive end and moving the ball and picking their spots to put it on the floor and drive. So we'll have to stay solid and outlast them with our defense.
Do you think that they may double team David or Cam Gunsel tonight? Because most of your points the last few games have been coming from those two players.
We'll have to wait and see, Scoop. I don't have those answers. We'll be as prepared as we can for anything that arises. So,
all right, Coach, your starting lineup for tonight's Division II, District 35 semifinal game, the Ludington Orioles and the Manistee Mariners.
Tonight at the guards, we'll start David Schillinger, Spencer Holmes, and Gage Jones. And at the forwards, we'll start Joe Benz and Cameron Gunsel.
Good luck, Coach, to you and the Orioles. Look forward to talking to you after the ball game. As always, go O's.
Thanks, Scoop. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. We're about 3 minutes, 45 seconds from our national anthem, and then the starting lineups, and then the tip-off. The Ludington Orioles and the Manistee Mariners. Talking last night with Dan Mesher, who did color commentary with me last night. I said, Dan, I'm getting a lot better about it. He said, during football season, I probably called Manistee the Chippewas 12 to 15 times. And then the first time we played them in basketball this year, I lowered that number down considerably. The second time we played them at Hawley, I lowered it down even farther. And tonight I'm going to try not to say the Chips word one time.
All right, Scoop. Well, good luck to you because, I mean, when you have a rivalry that lasts over 100 years, one of the oldest in the state, that's kind of a hard habit to break when the rivalries outlive probably your age and my age combined. So
great song by Chicago there, Hard Habit to Break.
Hey, great song. Not only a great song. How about the songs last night and warm-ups in Fremont?
I'll tell you what. I talked about Fremont, how they play great music down there. I'll tell you what, it's one of my favorite places to go. Sometimes we don't have the greatest connection down there, but I'll tell you, athletic director Dave Walls down there, great guy. They roll the red carpet out for us, and it's always a fun place to go to. Great music. I mean, the music selection they play down there is always fantastic.
Great music. That was a top-notch place to play. What a facility. And right on down, I'll give a shout-out to the athletic trainer. Carly Mesher had an ankle yesterday. Pretty scary deal. Their athletic trainer was so good to us. Very accommodating. Got on it right away. Got the Mesher RV down there as if it was an ambulance. Got her to get some x-rays.
The news on Carly is?
Right now, x-rays are negative. Possible high ankle sprain. She's working with Miss Jen to get back as soon as possible. If anybody's going to come back off injury and maybe even make an appearance in districts, it's a a hard work and a tough kid like Carly Mesher. So
exactly.
We are holding out hope for that kid. She is one tough cookie, man. She's awesome.
Talking to our AD earlier, Greg Piscadna, and he said, Scoop, he goes, it wasn't a break, but I wanted to get it from the JV coach as well, too, see what you heard.
Yeah.
And that's great news. And when it happened, Dan and I both thought it might be a hip because the way it looked so awkward, the way she went down, and we were both surprised it was an ankle.
She went down every which way but loose.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, if there's any kid that can come back from anything, and you know, she was in practice today, cheering on her teammates, positive attitude, coaching them up. I mean, it's awesome having a coach on the floor. But man, she's a competitor, and if anybody's going to come back and you know, contribute, it's going to be a girl like Carly.
Yeah. We want to thank Pure Marquette Builders, our exclusive starting lineup sponsor, located at 913 South Washington Avenue in Ludington. Pure Marquette Builders construct quality homes in the West Michigan area. If you're looking to build, give Scott a call to set up an appointment, 231-398-7463. And remember, folks, this is a postseason district game, so we are not doing a live video feed. It's just a live audio feed tonight. And we're going to be, you're going to be hearing our national anthem here momentarily. We're not going to be running commercials tonight. You'll hear the shout outs and so forth from our sponsors, but we cannot do that due to MH.
My debut, you picked me on a night we don't have commercials. You're really going to make me be a motor mouth tonight. We'll see if I hold up 4 quarters for you.
That was a strategic reason I picked you. You're a good talker like me. So, yeah, no doubt about that, Troy. So, you know, the old adage, it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a year, and the Ludington Orioles face that tonight as they take on their arch rivals, the Manistee Mariners.
They do, and we already said it, Scoop. I mean, we beat them twice this year, only by 8 points. We're in their environment. You can see it's a hostile environment, but you know the O's are up for a challenge. We traveled well.
This is exciting, a great atmosphere here at Manistee tonight. Again, looking forward to seeing these student sections going back and forth. And you got Coach Zach Bialik and his Manistee team against Coach Thad Shank and his Ludington Orioles. And right now, you can see the orange out, all the Oriole fans, most of them dressed in their orange T-shirts. It takes me back to the Breslin Center a few years ago when Ludington girls made that run. And then, of course, in 2017 and 2019, when the Ludington boys made the run to the Breslin, 17 ended up in a state Class B state runner-up finish.
It's an orange out, and just like to drive up here, that sunset was an orange out. I think it's a good omen. I pulled in the parking lot. That orange sun was right over this gymnasium. So let's see if we can bring it tonight.
No doubt about it. Right now, we're getting set for the anthem, and again, Reed City won the first game tonight. They defeated the Hart Pirates by the score of 57-42. So Reed City will be playing the winner of Ludington and Manistee. So right now, I guess they're going to go right to the starting lineup. So maybe there won't be an anthem. And with that said, again, a big thank you to PM Builders, our exclusive starting lineup sponsor for the Manistee Mariners, coached by Zach Bialik. Starting at the guards, number 3, Austin Holcomb. Also number 5, Caden Cott. And number 10, Jacob Sharp. The forwards are number 12, Mason Gunnett, and number 23, Landon Soa. Again, they're coached by Zach Bialik. Assistant coaches are Justin Papis and Dave Edmondson. And enjoyed talking to Justin Papis before the game tonight. We worked together on the SS Badger for a while. Nice. All right, for the Ludington Orioles, coached by Thad Shank, assisted by John Stowe, Jamie Sycon, Noah Lehman, Dante the Microwave Vela, Mike Mesher, and Bradley Molker. I tell you, he's got almost as many coaches as he does players.
He's got an entourage, Scoop. Those aren't just coaches. It's like an entourage.
Hey, you know the type of person Coach Thad Shank is. Everybody wants to help him out, be a part of his coaching staff. Starting at the guards, number 5, Spencer Holmes, a 5'10" senior. Also, number 13, David Sunshine Schillinger, a 5'9.5" senior.
Plays like he's 7 feet tall, Scoop.
He definitely does. Also, number 23, Gage Jones, a 6-foot senior. The forwards, number 25, Joe Benz, a 6-foot senior. And also our sensational sophomore, number 42, Cam C-Money Gunsel, a 6'3" sophomore.
Yeah, Scoop, Cam's very familiar. All these kids are familiar with you. They know these kids from Manistee. They've been playing against them, since the 7th grade. It's a heated rivalry. Like as our guy Dan Campbell said, it's going to be controlled chaos tonight, my friend. We're ready to get after it.
MCDC, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Yes, sir.
One quick correction here. Cam Gunsel will be wearing jersey number 44 tonight. 44. He switched back and forth from 44 and 42 quite a bit the last part of the season. And obviously they played the anthem prior to the start of the 5:30 game. I've been in districts before where they played the anthem for the start of both games, but tonight they're just going to play it before the 5:30 game, and we're getting set to go here. The Ludington Orioles and the Manistee Mariners, a Division II District number 35 semifinal basketball game. And here we go. The tip controlled by the Ludington Orioles. Joe Benz with it. And it's important for Ludington to get off a good start. The last game they played, Ludington was down 19-9 at the end of one at Hawley Gym. They came back to win that game 51-43. They won the game here earlier at Manistee 52-44. Gage Jones, good start there for the Orioles. Gage Jones bangs home a three-pointer, and Ludington off to a quick 3-0 lead.
Yeah, Scoop, as you know, I mean, basketball is a game of runs. I mean, you always want to make that big first run, especially if you're on the road, and Ludington couldn't be off to a better start.
Oh,
right
look
here.
at the
Big
defense.
Turnover.
Troy, look at the defense right there. They force the Manistee into an over and back violation. Ludington basketball, 30 seconds into the game.
30 seconds in the game, we're up 3-0. Our student section's into it. Again, this couldn't be a better start for the Orioles, Scoop.
Gage Jones with the ball. He'll give it now to Sunshine Schillinger. David Schillinger wearing jersey 13. Schillinger penetrates. He'll give it now to Cam Gunsel. Gunsel, his first career dunk happened here earlier in the season, right in front of the Manistee student section. Sunshine Schillinger with the ball. David will penetrate. Now he'll give it to Gunsel. Gunsel, nice move in the lane. Shot up, no good. Rebound to Manistee's number 12, and that's Mason Gunnett. And here come the Mariners.
Yes,
Go ahead.
for us, we're controlling the pace of the game so far. Manistee really likes to slow the game down in the half-court set. They don't want us to run. I mean, we are arguably at least 10, if not more players deep, arguably to their 6. So they don't want to play at our pace. So we'll see how this plays out throughout the game here.
There's an off-balance shot right there put up by Cott. No good, out of bounds. It'll be Ludington basketball. You are so right. Manistee likes to muck things up and slow it down.
You saw it when they had their win on Monday night. They literally would come across half court, hold the ball. So we'll see how this kind of plays out. If we push the pace, and I think that would play to our advantage in the long run.
That's why, Troy, it's important for the Orioles to get that lead. Nice pass, Sunshine. Oh, a rare miss for Sunshine underneath the basket right there. Out of bounds, last touch by Manistee. What a pass right there to Sunshine Schillinger. And it's very, very rare where you'll see him miss a point-blank shot like that.
Well, what's not rare, Scoop, is a kid who's 5'9", playing in there with kids that are 6'3", and out-rebounding him. That's what David did. He hung in there, kept fighting, and we got possession back of the ball.
Exactly. It was his persistence that enabled us to keep the basketball, and now Schillinger has it. He'll get a screen from Gunsel. Now over to Gage Jones. Gage in the lane, turnaround, shot up, and no good, too hard. Gage Jones, offensive rebound. He'll give it now to Gunsel. His shot, God!
Offensive rebounds. We just got 4 offensive rebounds there. I mean, just kind of hustle plays and position plays. We just got to keep up this pressure on the defensive end, as you just saw there, turnover.
And another turnover caused by the Oriole defense right there. This is a perfect start for the Orioles right now. They're up 5-0, 5:30 left in the opening quarter. Then Spencer Holmes will get the ball to Gage Jones.
And as you look, Scoop, I mean, we talked about the battle of the student sections. I would say the edge is definitely the Orioles. That Cole Hackert's got him going already.
No doubt about that. Cam Gunsel with the ball. Gunsel in the paint. And now he's going to draw the foul right there. Cam Gunsel going up for the shot. I believe the foul will be called on the Mariners, number 12, Mason Gunnett.
Yeah, Scoop, I mean, every time Cameron has the ball, he's found himself outside of the paint, yet he's finished inside the paint. There he actually got, obviously got fouled, went from there. It looks like they're not going to call this a shooting foul, even though I believe they should be. But it looks like it's Oriole ball on the baseline out of bounds. In my opinion, that looked like an act of shooting to me, but baseline out of bounds for Orioles.
Gage Jones will trigger it in. He's right there to Gunsel. Up, no good. Kept alive. Joe Benz with the rebound. Benz will give it now to Spencer Holmes to Schillinger. Schillinger, nice move, shot up and no good. Left a little shallow right there. Manistee with the rebound, and here come the Mariners. Ludington getting a lot of great looks. And we have 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Orioles up 5-0. Mariners with the basketball. With the ball, number 10, that's Jacob Sharp. It's one of the guys that Coach Shank specifically mentioned earlier was Sharp and Cott. Schillinger, shot up and good. Jacob Sharp with the basket. And so far, it looks like they're going to really let these players play. Now they're going to call an offensive foul on Schillinger.
Yeah, David got him with the arm there a little bit. It's something he's usually, getting away with, but it might have been a little acting on 5 on Manistee. These teams have played each other. This is the 3rd time they met all year. They kind of expect those things, a little acting, but, I mean, not that we won't see it on our end either. Good call by the official.
As you mentioned, these teams know each other very well, the 3rd meeting of the season. All right, Ludington up 5-2, 4:20 to go in the opening quarter. Manistee with the basketball. Sharp has it. Sharp now over to Gunnett. Gunnett will get into the corner. Blocked right there. And a great effort there by Spencer Holmes. He was not able to save the ball before it went out of bounds, but a nice block right there by Spencer.
Yeah, that's a great closeout play. Spencer left his feet just in time and got a piece of that. That was a wide open 3 ball, what appeared to be at the time anyway.
Daniel Ramirez will check into the Oriole lineup, and Joe Benz will get a breather. 4:10 left in the opening quarter. Orioles up 5-2. We want to thank Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. And Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, where your success is our success. We belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington or give them a call, 843-2323. Safe Harbor Credit Union. And we've got a timeout called on the floor.
Yeah, Scoop, it looks
Whoa, did we just see a technical call?
We did, Scoop. It looks like something with a book. You know how we talked about in pregame. I'm not sure if it was one of our players just didn't have the right number. We talked about a couple jersey changes. So if you don't have that right number in that scorer's book, the scoring table brings it to the referee's attention. It's a technical foul, 2 shots, and Manistee's ball most likely, if that's what's happening here. I don't think it is any flagrant, anything like that. It's just more of an issue in the book. They're looking at the book right now.
An administration technical. And the first technical shot is good. No, that's going to be waved off right here. I was wondering because the one official's still over here talking with Coach Thad Shank. So that technical shot will not count right there. And they're figuring out. I see Les Johnson down there who keeps Thad's book, and they're comparing the official book right now with what Les Johnson has right down below us here at Manistee High School.
Yeah, Coach Shank's pretty adamant about, he sets his lineups. I don't know if he does his own book or not or whatever, but Coach is pretty adamant down there. That's not a mistake in the book. The first free throw, the technical, was good, but looks like they waved that off. So they're trying to sort it out here on the floor at the scores table. Well,
we've got some news here. First off, Paulette Clues, she was Gage Jones' grandma, says, way to start it off, Gage. Cole Hackard has informed us. He said, hey, Troy and Scoop, I'm not at Manistee. I'm down here in the Florida Keys with all the Hackards. And he says, go O's. Well, but I'm sure his spirit is here.
I tell you, there's no doubt. It's a loud place.
Yeah.
So I would assume Cole is here. But I don't know how Cole brings that energy from the Florida Keys. But, hey, Cole, thanks for that sunset tonight. It looked like the Florida Keys, and you're with us in spirit, buddy.
There's no doubt his spirit is with the Oriole student section, so there's no doubt on that. Jared Collins, former Ludington quarterback, former Ludington basketball player who's on that state runner-up team, starter on that team. He says, let's go O's, keep the tradition going. David Buskirk, may the chips fall where they may. And Jeffrey Hansen says, let's do this. It's our time. Any other O's fans chiming in? Wayne Holden, let's see here. Not able to get to the Whitehall game, so we were watching Ludington. Karen H., good luck O's. And Mark Haney says, go O's. So right now the officials are having a confab. And Ludington's up 5-2, 4:10 to go in the opening quarter. Ludington jumped out to a quick 5-0 lead.
It looks like, Scoop, this is going to be, so far they're pushing the Ludington players on the other side of the half court. Both Coach Shank and Manistee's coach are meeting with the referee. Coach Shank does not look like a happy man right now. And it looks like the Manistee Mariners are sending number 23 to the line to shoot technicals. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 because to start out they did, he did shoot one and made the first one, but they didn't put the score on the board. So I don't know if he's shooting two and kind of redoing everything here in Manistee's ball, but I guess we'll see how he's playing.
We will soon see, and that's Landon Soa at the free throw line. He wears jersey number 23. On the court for the Orioles now, you have Schillinger, Holmes, Gunsel, Ramirez, and Jones. So it's the official here, the head official just signaled 2 technical shots for Landon Soa. First one is no good. First technical, no good. So apparently some type of a book in the scorebook error with probably a jersey number. We've seen that with Cam Gunsel wearing 42 and 44 all season. Second technical is good. And your score now, Ludington 5, Manistee 3, and with the technical, the Mariners will get the basketball.
And that's the rough part about this deal. You know, you get 2 free shots, the ball out when you're looking at only a 2-point game now. But up until now, Ludington's playing very well. They're getting easy looks and shots. Defensively, they're playing well as a team and getting in gaps. So let's move on from that.
Yep, Reed City, the 1 seed in this district, this District 35 Division II tournament. Ludington, the 2 seed, and Reed City has advanced. They will play Friday night against the winner of this game for the district championship. Right now, Manistee with the basketball. Driving it is Jacob Sharp. He'll get the ball to Soa. 3:44 to go, opening quarter. Ludington up 5-3. With the basketball, number 5, Caden Cott. Again, OSN and 102.7 WMOM. We hope to be right back here on Friday night. The Orioles win, we will be. Cott with the ball, and you're seeing Manistee really deliberate right now. Austin Holcomb. Holcomb, Jacob Sharp. Sharp in the paint now, who'll give it to Cott. Cott at the top of the key. Oriole student section really getting into it. There's a drive there by Cott. Turnaround up and no good. Rebound David Sunshine Schillinger. Here come the Ludington Orioles. So out of that whole scenario right there, Manistee gets 1 point on that one of 2 technical free throws.
Yeah, Scoop, like we said, I mean, Manistee does not want to push the pace of this game at all and get into a running game, but, you know, obviously Ludington does.
Gage Jones with the ball. Nice pass there to Gunsel. Turn around. God! Give the assist to Gage Jones. I'll tell you what, I am more and more impressed every game with C-Money Cam Gunsel.
Yeah, I mean, Cam spent all season as a big for us. As you know, he's our tallest player. He's had to play big. He's had to play against Camden Thompson of Whitehall. And even back to the football season, you know, as our quarterback, he's taken so many hits. He wakes up. I don't know how he gets out of bed some days, but the kid's fearless. And let's remember this. He's only a sophomore.
I think he has to get help from his mom to get him out of bed. Yeah, there's a shot by Manistee. No good. Rebound, Gage Jones. He pushes it ahead to Spencer Holmes. Holmes now to Schillinger. You give it to Ramirez for 3. God! Right there, sister. Daniel Ramirez from the near baseline.
And, Scoop, that's the first three-pointer we've had all game. Other than that, I mean, the shots have come from about 5 feet from the hoop. So, you know, our interior offense has led to the, you know, more offense on the perimeter for us, which is a good thing. We're opening things up.
You know, I'm seeing right now, I'm noticing on the roster right here, Troy, that Daniel Ramirez is not listed. I'm wondering if that might have been where the technical came.
Yeah, I think it was when Dan Ramirez, he tried to check in. That's when they kind of noticed he might not have been in the book. Big turnover there, speaking of Daniel Ramirez.
Daniel gets the steal. Ludington up 10-3. 1:26 to go in the opening quarter. Gage Jones for 3. God! As Rich Kirby likes to say, boom! Gage Jones from the far baseline. Ludington, a 10-point lead, 13-3 against the Manistee Mariners.
Just when you worried that technical would kind of kill the pace of things, you know, with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, it was only 3-5. Now it's 13-3 all of a sudden with 1 minute to go in the first.
Well, Troy, I'm looking right now. The Orioles have 3 3-pointers already. 2 for Gage Jones and 1 for Daniel Ramirez. 13-3 lead, and Manistee coach Zach Bialik quickly calls a timeout.
Yeah, Scoop. I mean, on the offensive end, if you take those shots, our first 10 shots were from in the paint. And like I said, that opened things up on the perimeter for us, and we got some shooters. Not only that, I've seen us have 9 offensive rebounds so far. I have only seen 1 offensive rebound and put back in Manistee. Here's more pressure right here.
All right, here come the Manistee Mariners. Look at that defense. The Orioles playing some very tenacious defense right now. Ludington up 13-3, 1:03 left in the opening quarter. This is a Division II, District number 35, semifinal game from Manistee High School. Reed City wins their game by the score of 57-42. They await the winner of Ludington and Manistee. And now I believe a foul is going to be called on Joe Benz. Happened right over here down in front of us.
Yeah, I think that was, it's just good pressure by Joe there. I mean, Manistee doesn't like the pressure right now. We're kind of ratcheting it up here in a full court set here. The student section's really getting into it now.
All right, Manistee with the basketball. 48 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Orioles with a 10-point lead, 13-3. Manistee is here by virtue of defeating the Big Rapids Cardinals, a 16-6 team on Monday night. There's a shot by Cott, no good. It ends up in the hands of Gage Jones. Gage Jones with it, now doing some fancy dribbling right there. He had two Manistee Mariners in hot pursuit of him. Jones being guarded there by Caden Cott. 24 seconds left in the opening quarter. You know, the Orioles have this 10-point lead, and Sunshine has yet to get on the scoreboard, and now he is going to draw the foul. Fouls be called on Manistee's number 10, Jacob Sharp.
It'll be interesting as coach draws up here, Scoop. We got 17 seconds left in the first quarter. 13-3 lead. Our ball at the 28, out of bounds here. Here we go.
All right, Sunshine Schillinger with the basketball. He's out there with Gage Jones, Joe Benz, Cam Gunsel, and Daniel Ramirez. We're down to 8 seconds. Schillinger with the basketball. David now 4 seconds. He'll give it, three-pointer up and good! Whoa! Right there, sister.
Well, like I said, Scoop, Coach drew something up there. Obviously, you're going to think a player like David's going to take that in isolation. They switched both the sides of the perimeter, which kind of confused Manistee, and they thought David was going to take it down the lane, ditched it to Gage, and Gage was just ready, and boom.
Gage Jones with his third three-pointer of the first quarter. Ludington up 16-3 at the end of the first quarter here at Manistee in this Division II District 35 semifinal game. And I'll tell you, that has really quieted the Manistee faithful here. The student section can't even hear a whisper over there from them right now.
When you see a student section sitting with their arms crossed and not much to say, you know you're doing something right. That's exactly what I see over at Manistee. But again, like we said to start the game, it's a game of streaks. It's a game of runs. This is their home gym. We cannot get complacent here. We need to keep up the pressure and playing as a team. We're moving the ball as a team. We're playing good team defense. And we just need to keep the pressure on them.
We know what happened here back not too long ago, within like a week and a half ago at Hawley. Manistee had a 19-9 lead over the Orioles at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, Scoop. I mean, the same could flip up here in their gym, so you never know. Back to Gage, you know, he's 3 for 3 and three-pointers. He was a kid we weren't sure would even come back from a terrible injury, you know, weeks ago. To see him out there competing the way he does. Look at Gage Jones with another steal there. Not sure about the call.
And they're going to call a foul, and it's going to be called on Manistee's Jacob Sharp. So Perfect. A steal there by Gage Jones, and then immediately he is fouled by Jacob Sharp.
Okay, good. I thought they had that one on Gage. Yeah. I said, oh boy.
Boy, Gage Jones, I'll tell you what, I talked to him earlier today over at Hawley Gym, and you could just tell he was laser focused, as were all the boys. All right, Gage with it now. He'll give it to Gunsel. Gunsel wearing 44. Well, there's some pretty eye-appealing tennis shoes he has on. Shot by Gage Jones, no good. Ball ends up in the hands of Manistee's number 3, Austin Holcomb. Holcomb, he'll get the ball now to Sharp. Sharp back to Holcomb. Ludington up 16-3. You're going to play here in the second quarter. There's a shot up and good there. Three-pointer for Austin Holcomb.
Yeah, I thought he had a little push off before that three with an arm, but they might have just, looks like they just got Joe Betts with a technical here. Not sure what was said by Joe, but the referee's just trying to control these games. Looks like Joe gave a little bit of shove, but all in play, just a little rough play by Joe there.
You get Ludington and Manistee together, and like I said, we say it often with this rivalry right here. And as you said, looks like Gage is going to be, or not Gage, but Joe Benz called for a technical right there.
Yeah, and good for the referees. You know, they know it's a rivalry game. You know, it's obviously a district game, but you put the word rivalry on top of it. The refs are, they're setting the tone early with these kids. I think it's a good call by the refs to take control of the game.
Landon Soa at the free throw line. He hits the first technical shot.
it's interesting, Scoop. They got their big shooting their free throws. It tells you the kid's got a good touch.
Yeah.
So far on technicals tonight, he's 3 for 4 shooting the ball from the charity stripe.
He hits both of the technical shots, and now we have an 8-point game. Ludington up 16-8. So a 5-0 run here by the Manistee Mariners to start the second quarter.
Yeah, Scoop. I mean, like we said, it's a game of runs. They can get hot at any time. We just need to calm down, be patient with our sets, and do what we do. Here's a drive here.
Shot no good, but a foul is going to be called. I think they're going to call it. He's going to be on Schillinger. No, it's going to. Well, let's see here. Yeah, I believe that's called on Schillinger. But it looked like the official put up 10 right there, and he's wearing 13. At the free throw line for Manistee will be number 10, Jacob Sharp. Now these officials are meeting again. Hey, we want to thank Indian Summer. They are proud to be a sponsor of the Oriole Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for the season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. And Benedict's Auto Center. They've been providing the best in auto body repairing and painting since the 1940s. You can reach Mike Benedict at 231-613-4111. Benedict's Auto Center is located at 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. Benedict's Auto Center will put collision damage in reverse. And of course, Groundworks Landscaping, which is owned by Todd Stowe. This time of year, Groundworks offers the following services, and I felt funny saying snow removal yesterday. I don't today. Snow removal, firewood sales and delivery, subcontracting, and general labor by the hour. The phone number to Groundworks Landscaping, 231-690-6994, and they are located at 5634 West Dewey Road. That's Groundworks Landscaping. Okay, Ludington up 16-8. Free throw is up and in there by Jacob Sharp. Manistee clawing their way back into this game, Troy, 16-9.
Yeah, Scoop, like we said, I mean, it could happen at any minute. I mean, we're 7 minutes into the second quarter here, 16-9. We still have 4 of our players in the starting lineup still in the game. There's a big rebound again by Gage.
Second free throw missed. Now Ludington will get the ball up. Spencer Holmes with it. 6:58 left in the opening half. Ludington up 16-9. Gage Jones with it now. Cam Gunsel. Gunsel will give it to Daniel Ramirez, who's checked. A nice move by Ramirez. Shot up and no good. Rebound to Landon Soa. A nice move by Ramirez. He just didn't finish there.
Yeah, Scoop, we just tried to go 5 out and open up the thing. Ramirez hit the double gap there, had a good look, just didn't finish. I can't tell you how many of those little ones we missed tonight. I'd say about 7 or 8, but those are going to start dropping for us.
Yeah. All right, Manistee on the attack. Austin Holcomb with it. Holcomb guarded there by Spencer Holmes. Holcomb, now he'll give it to Cott. Cott wearing 2 different colored tennis shoes. That's interesting. Got to remember tonight we are just giving a live audio feed, no video. With the ball, Austin Holcomb, guarded there by Spencer Holmes. We get to this time of the season, and that's what happens. Those MHSAA regulations, rules, we've got to abide by them. All right, now, Caden Cott has the basketball. 5:49 to go in the second quarter. Ludington up 16-9. Cott will get it over now to Holcomb. Manistee very patient on this possession.
And their patience has just fired up our student section, Scoop. Yeah. I mean, when you have a team hold the ball for, let's see, they've had this possession for a minute and a half. It almost looks like they're stalling the game here at the end of a fourth quarter. But again, you contribute that to our patience, but it's just as much as our good defense it is their patience.
Cott, he'll take the shot. Blocked by, nice block by C. Money Gunsel there.
And there's an example of that defense. Cameron was having none of that in the paint.
Gage Jones will bring the ball up for Ludington. He'll give it now to Schillinger. David now to Gunsel. He'll give it to Spencer Holmes. There's Schillinger. He'll dish it now to Ramirez. Back to Schillinger. He's going to drive baseline. David shot up. God! There's Sunshine Schillinger's first points of the ball game tonight.
Yeah, if you would have said we had 18 points and he only had 2 of them, I'd say we were in trouble. But I tell you what, these guys are sharing the ball very, very well, and it's kind of confusing Manistee when most teams want to key on David, and they have probably done that because they've seen him 2 times already this year. Other players are really stepping up.
Ludington up 18-9. Schillinger coming into this game averaging 26.6 points per game. There's a steal by Schillinger and a foul right off the bat on Landon Soa. Looks like Sunshine took one right in the mush.
Yeah, as much as you say Gage Jones is a tough kid and doesn't mind the contact, I think David actually liked that one too, and it fired him up.
We know how tough David is as well. Obviously, all Oriole fans know how tough Gage Jones is. He loves competition and he loves contact. David Schillinger coming off a first-team all-conference performance in football this past fall with the Ludington Orioles in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division.
And let's remember, Scoop, I believe that was his first year playing football. Second year playing football.
Yeah, he played a little bit on the varsity as a junior.
Okay.
He didn't play the whole season. Now Gage Jones draws the foul on Caden Cott. And as you would expect, when these two teams get together, it doesn't matter what sport is on football field, basketball court, things do get chippy. Jack Stidham has checked into the game. He wears jersey 21. He's a senior. Sunshine Schillinger goes baseline, back now to Gage for 3. Good!
He's feeling it tonight.
It rattled around for a bit. Give me one, Troy. Woo! 3-pointer there for Gage Jones, his 4th 3 of the game.
You cannot be happier for a kid like that. He is seeing it and feeling it tonight, and his teammates are loving it.
And as much as that one didn't want to go down for a while, rattled around before it nestled between the twines.
He kind of willed that one down, Scoop.
Ludington up 21-9. 3-pointer by Manistee way off and going to get it out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Daniel Ramirez, as in the game for Manistee, number 32, Jarrett Edmondson. Now coming into the game for Manistee, number 4, one of the coolest names of any player we played this year, Chaos Davis. Chaos Davis, he wears jersey 4. He's in the game for Manistee. And checking in for the Orioles, our freshman, number 2, Taj Williams. Shout out to Taj's grandma. And that is his grandma, Sixberry. I'm sure she's tuned in tonight. All right, Manistee with the basketball. Our assistant coach in the spotlight tonight is Jamie Sycon. Oh, foul called on Manistee's Edmondson.
Yeah, that was on, they set a screen, Edmondson up top, and Taj did not see that one coming. Taj is limping pretty good, but the young freshman's a tough kid, too.
He'll feel that tomorrow, definitely, when he gets out of bed. He's feeling it now, but, he just ran into a big boy.
He did. He's working out the kinks up the floor, but, again, that little freshman's pretty tough for his Taj Williams.
Ludington up 21-9, 3:16 to go in the second quarter. Spencer Holmes with the ball. Taj has a noticeable limp down there right now, and you get some ice on there, and I'm sure he'll feel a lot better. Taj Williams with the ball. He'll give it now to Holmes. Holmes on the drive to Schillinger, and the ball deflected, and here comes Manistee. And, great job there by Spencer Holmes getting back there to knock the ball out of bounds as Manistee's Caden Cott was going to the hoop, and we all know how fast Caden Cott is. Heck of a running back for the Manistee Mariners football team.
He is there.
Very quick.
He's their spark plug, too, and I tell you what a hustle play by Spencer and Stidham to get on the front side. That's just hustle play right there. That should have been a layup, and good for the O's to get back on D.
On the court for the Orioles now, Taj Williams, Gage Jones. You got Cam Gunsel, you got Daniel Ramirez, and you have David Sunshine Schillinger, and a foul now called, I believe, on Daniel Ramirez.
Yeah, Scoop, that's Ramirez. He was coming over on Chaos there. And you go back to Chaos. That kid, I've been watching him since the 7th grade. He lives up to his name. Wherever he goes, he causes chaos. He is just a good kid, a good player, plays hard, and just only a sophomore. So good for the Mariners to have him in their lineup right now.
All right, Manistee with the basketball. Caden Cott has it. They'll get it in now to Mason Gunnett. Gunnett to Soa, his shot up and in and out, no good. Rebound, Cam Gunsel.
Again, I don't know if Manistee's even gotten maybe 2 offensive rebounds so far. So
there goes Sunshine. You're talking about quick Chaos Davis. How quick is David Sunshine Schillinger? Oh my gosh, he was.
Scoop, there's none quicker.
No.
I'll just say that. I mean, we've said it all season. The kid is just lightning fast, whether it's on the defensive end or just plays like that going to the hoop.
David can flip the light switch in his bedroom and be under the covers before it gets dark in his room. That's how quick he is. Ludington up 23-9 as Sunshine gets that last basket. Manistee, Chaos Davis, his shot no good. And guess who's there for the ball? C. Gunsel.
Another rebound by C. Money there. He's just there camping out, whether it's on the offensive end or the defensive end. He's knowing his role. I mean, he opened it up with some scoring, taking the ball to the rack, but he's getting those defensive rebounds for us, too.
We got a crossover by David right there. He'll get the ball now, and Manistee has it. Caden Cott has it. Gage went down really hard. He's getting up rather gingerly. And Caden Cott will take about a 17-footer, no good. Rebound to C. Money Gunsel. Boy, he is just
Cameron again.
He is just there's a big-time foul there on Taj Williams. But C. Money is basically what the legendary Dick Vitale would say, a diaper dandy, and he's got the Windex out on the glass.
He does, Scoop. He does, for sure. Now that's Taj taking it to the rack right there. Again, a couple plays ago, Taj could barely get up the floor, limping after taking that hard offensive foul.
Yeah.
And now he finds himself at the line after taking it to the rack.
Taj at the free throw line. Special shout out to Matt Ewing, the owner of Ludington Paint and Glass, a huge Ludington Oriole basketball fan and a big supporter, great sponsor of the Orioles via the Orioles Sports Network. First free throw by Taj is good.
Doesn't get any better than Matt Ewing, man. He supports the West Shore Waves, Ludington Soccer, supplies us with all their paint.
Oh.
Great guy, great community guy. Second one missed by Taj.
Sunshine with a rebound. Schillinger will get it now to Ramirez for three. No good. Rebound to Landon Soa. He had a great look, though. Daniel Ramirez had a really nice look, and that shot was right on line. Didn't miss by much.
No, I'd say the Orioles, I'm just going off the top of my head, we're probably shooting 70% from three-point land. We got a 24-9 lead with 1:08 go in the second quarter here.
There's a drive shot, no good, and there he is again with a rebound.
That's 5 in a row, 5 defensive rebounds for Cameron Gunsel.
Cam C. Money Gunsel.
Now we got David walking it up here. We're getting some direction from Coach Shank. We want a 30-second timeout. Coach calls for a 30-second timeout with 51.8 seconds. We got a 24-9 lead, Scoop.
And Spencer Holmes about to check in for the Orioles lineup. Hey, folks, if you are having back and neck pain and need to see a chiropractor to relieve that pain, don't hesitate. Go and see my chiropractor, Dr. Mark Yeck at Ludington Chiropractic. No appointment necessary. Ludington Chiropractic is strictly a walk-in clinic. That's Dr. Mark Yeck at Ludington Chiropractic, 5965 East Ludington Avenue, next to Pizza Hut. For questions, call 231-843-1874. And, of course, Mark Yeck, he loves talking sports. He played basketball at Ludington High for Coach Thad Shank's dad, Gene Shank. And he also played baseball for my high school baseball coach, Don Stokely. I'd like to send a shout-out to Stokes, who's back in Ludington listening to tonight's ball game. Legendary Don Stokely, longtime baseball coach at Ludington High. Great guy. I think the world of Stokes. All right, we're down to 47 seconds left in the opening half. Ludington 24, Manistee 9. David Schillinger with the basketball. Like to send a shout out as well to Jim Keating and Jim Nagel, both Ludington High School All-State gridiron performers back in 1975. I think Nagel was also an All-Stater in 74. Patrick Hayner Smith as well. Patrick Smith came through his surgery fine. We're happy to hear that. He's a huge Ludington Oriole fan, so a special shout out to Patrick Smith, also known as Patrick Hayner.
Quick recover. We got 10 seconds to go. 24-9. Schillinger with the ball here.
He'll give it. Holmes for three. No good. Rebound Ramirez. 3 seconds to go. Holmes, they're going to get a shot off, and it's no good at the buzzer, and we're at the half. And your score from Manistee in the Division II District 35 semifinal game. The Ludington Orioles 24, the Manistee Mariners 9. And we're going to obviously stay right here because of the MHSA regulations. And we're let's talk a bit about that first half. Ludington led 16-3 at the end of one, and they're up 24-9 right now, Troy.
Right, Scoop. If you go into the halftime and you know, with your team and you look at, you know, the different stats, and coaches sit outside the locker room, you know, we talk about pluses and minuses, what can we do better, what do we need to adjust. One of them for Ludington is not rebounding. We don't need to adjust that. We are doing a great job rebounding. We need to keep that up. We're getting open looks. As far as defense, we're getting back in transition defense. Defensive rebounding's been outstanding. You know, let's say, I mean, it's 24-9. Three of those 9 points are from technical foul shots. Yeah. Okay, so a third of their points is from technical foul shots. So I'm not saying Ludington doesn't have anything to improve on, but we do just need to, you know, keep up the good work in almost every area of the game.
think Coach Thad Shank's going to be pretty happy going to halftime. And Ludington also had a lot of nice looks. They had some point-blank opportunities where the ball didn't go in for them, but they did hit, let's see here, 5 3-pointers, 4 of them by Gage Jones, 1 by Daniel Ramirez. In fact, if you look at it in the first half, Ramirez had 4 points for Cameron Gunsel, 12 points for Gage Jones, 4 for David Schillinger, and 1 point for Taj Williams. For Manistee, 3 points for Austin Holcomb, 3 for Jacob Sharp, and 3 for Landon Soa. Ludington outscored Manistee 8-6 in the second quarter after outscoring them 16-3 in the opening 8 minutes of play.
One stat you don't see on there, Scoop, and one that I like to not see on there is number 5 for Manistee, Cott. He doesn't have a single point, I believe, this game. That was a guy that we had to have an emphasis on. He could get loose. He got loose a couple times. But, you know, to hold Cott to 0 points so far in this game is outstanding for Ludington. It tells you that, you know, obviously playing them twice already this year, he was a part of what we had to plan for and shut down. They've been doing a remarkable job of that so far. We need to keep that up on number 5 for Manistee.
We'd like to thank Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor. Where your success is our success, we belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington or give them a call, 843-2323. Safe Harbor Credit Union. Now, David Sunshine Schillinger has made quite a bit of history this year. He came into this game with 1,714 career points, averaging actually 26.7 points per game this year. Came into tonight with 587 points on the season after that big 41-point performance against Benzie Central in the 65-55 Orioles win on the 23rd of February. And Manistee has held them tonight to 4 points so far. So you look at that, and there's been another young man, he's a senior over at Mason County Eastern, Clay Schaup, I think it's Schaup. And he has actually moved into 3rd place on the Mason County all-time scoring list. He's right behind Steve Griswold right now, but he's at 1,555 points. As he plays tonight, Mason County Eastern defeated Manistee Catholic the other night. So that's a couple of boys players in our area who've really doing good as far as basketball goes.
Yeah, Scoop, and you look at some of those records, I mean, it's not just like, well, 2 years ago you had this player, you know, like a Gabe Rivera come through or something like that. Those records have stood for decades.
Mike Larson's record stood for 51 years, Mr. Oriole, at 1336. And Steve Griswold's record stood for 32 years, the county all-time scoring record.
Yeah, so I mean, the one record, I'm 46 years old. I wasn't even born.
Yeah.
So what David has done out there, and credit to the kid from Mason County Eastern, what these kids are doing, it takes a lot of work. And here's a kid like David. He's traveled in almost every state in the United States, probably had a basketball in his hand. Yeah. Not only just had a basketball in his hand, he's been competitive. He played for my cousin TJ, who coaches Grand Rapids Catholic Central, in some games and you know, summer leagues.
I know your cousin. TJ. Yeah, TJ.
And don't get me wrong, TJ wanted David to come down and play. And I got to tell you something about David and his dad Jay and his mother Sharon. These people are Ludington people through and through. There wasn't a time where they said, nah, we're going to go down to Grand. Everybody was like, what's David going to do? What's David going to do? David's going to do exactly what David's doing here. He's an Oriole life and life through and through, and it's paying dividends for his decision to stay and finish his career in Ludington. And we couldn't be more happy to have. David's not a showman kid, nothing like that, but I'm telling you, he's just a humble kid. On a basketball player side, you couldn't have a better kid up here in Mason County as a role model of these young players.
Exactly. Great way to put it there. Scoop Hansen here tonight, the play-by-play call, joined by Troy Veneman as my color commentary man, and Julia Habman. She's the OSN 102.7 WMOM technical engineer. Big shout out to Indian Summer Co-op. They are proud to be a sponsor of the Oriole Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. Indian Summer, our exclusive assistant coach in the Spotlight sponsor, and we're going to step aside for that right now. When we return, more of the Safe Harbor Credit Union halftime show. Stay tuned. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the Ludington Oriole Indian Summer assistant varsity basketball coach in the Spotlight. I'm with assistant coach Jamie Sykon, and Coach Sykon is in his 8th year as an assistant coach with Ludington. Coach Sykon, what is your main job within being an assistant coach for Ludington? What's some of your main responsibilities?
Basically, you know, I keep the talk to guys individually, you know, keep them going of what I see, what they might need to do, what they're doing good, what they can improve on. You know, I talk to them, you know, here at practice. I talk to them outside of practice. Just things that takes those other things that coach doesn't have time to do that, you know, I step up and take those away from him, those responsibilities. And also Coach Stowe and myself do the lineup substitutions throughout the game.
All righty. What is it that gives you the most satisfaction about being an assistant coach with the Ludington Orioles?
Just being around the kids. You know, obviously, you know, I coached freshmen for 3 years or 4 years, and JV for 2 years, and now 2 years as assistant on varsity. So it's the kids. It's all about the kids, you know. And then I get one as at a freshman level, and then it's like, oh, you know, get them through their senior year, you know. So it's just trying to teach them not only basketball, but how basketball relates, what they're going to see in life, and, you know, how you deal with life when it comes upon you.
Your favorite thing about Coach Shank?
Not only just the knowledge and the hard work he puts in to every day to get these guys prepared, but it's how he teaches the kids, you know, life and basketball. It's not always about basketball, but he gets them prepared for basketball and life, and then we all follow along with that. So I just think he's taught so much. It's just more than basketball. That's my favorite thing. It's more than basketball.
I think you may have answered this next question with just what you said there, Coach Sykon, but in your words, what makes Coach Shank such a successful high school basketball coach?
Love for the game, love for his players, and preparation. You know, I can't imagine how many hours he actually does sleep a night during the season. If I had to really guess, I bet you it's 5 or less. I mean, it's 100% preparation.
Mm-hmm. And you also, with what you've just told me, the last 2 questions I've asked you, I think that fits into this next question, and that's what the kids like best about playing for him.
You know, they love that not only is he a winner, but he teaches them how to win, but he also teaches them life. And I think the biggest thing is the kids, not, you know, mainly with Coach Shank, but what he's passed down to all of us. The kids know that we love them outside of basketball. We're here for them outside of basketball. Whatever they need, we're a family, we're here. And I think that just opens them up the floodgates to just play because they know the Coach Shank has their back.
Well, you can tell. I mean, the Ludington boys basketball is definitely a brotherhood because you come to a practice and you see a lot of former players out here helping out, and they're happy to come back and do that to help out Coach Shank and help out the Ludington basketball program, and that says a lot about him.
Yeah, that's true, and that, you know, that's the saying that we have here is tradition never graduates. You know, there's 10 scout guys in here right now, you know, going at it, and that's a great thing to have.
Talk a bit about your family and also what type of work you do outside of coaching Ludington basketball.
Well, you know, I got to thank my wife for allowing me to coach. You know, this is 8 years, and we're very busy. We have Crave Frozen Yogurt in downtown that me and my wife run together. My wife runs Lush Interiors and Design, and I run Custom Shine Detailing. So between the three and me coaching and then our own extracurricular activities, you know, I have to thank my daughter for that too because, you know, she's put a lot of sacrifices into staying at home and taking care of things when we couldn't be there. So I thank both of them very much.
And that's wife Jennifer and daughter, I want to pronounce her name correctly.
Amaya.
Amaya, there we go. Okay. Your favorite restaurant in Ludington?
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. I'm going to have to give it to El Rancho.
Well, that's a big favorite with most of the players as well, too. So anybody out there you want to send a shout-out to or say hello to, Coach Sykon?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout-out to all my family, in particular my father-in-law and mother-in-law down in Florida. They listen and watch to all the games. And my brother down in the Detroit area is always watching the games on the OSN, too. So,
well, congratulations on being the Indian Summer Ludington Oriole assistant coach in the spotlight. All the best to you in the O's. And it's been a pleasure talking with you as always. And go O's.
That's right, Scoop. Thank you very much, and as always, go O's.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. Scoop Hansen Troy Veneman and Julia Havman, the Oriole Sports Network, in collaboration with 102.7 WMOM. A big thank you to Safe Harbor Credit Union, as well as to Indian Summer. Safe Harbor, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, and Indian Summer, our exclusive assistant coach in the spotlight. You just heard Coach Jamie Sykon's interview. Ludington with the basketball. We've begun play here in the second half, and Gage Jones is at the free throw line. Ludington up 24-9. The Orioles outscoring the Mariners 8-6 in that second quarter after outscoring them 16-3 in the opening 8 minutes of play.
Yeah, Scoop, I tell you, any coach that comes out of the locker room at halftime with a lead or even without a lead always says to their players, even Coach Stowe always says this to the girls, the first 4 minutes are important. We got to go set the tone here.
Oh, there's a steal by Spencer Holmes, and he's going to cruise in for 2.
Just like that, Scoop. Setting the tone. Setting the tone.
Spencer Holmes' first points of the game. It's so good having him back. He was injured here recently, and getting him back is a huge boost to the Ludington Orioles. They're up 27-9 as Gage Jones got 1 of 2 free throws before that. Gage now with 13 points. He's got those 4 3-pointers in the first half. Ludington up 27-9. We have 6:58 left in the third quarter. 3-point attempt, no good, and it hit Joe Benz. And Joe feeling very awkward right now, right in front of the Manistee student section. They're all laughing at him. Even Joe's got a sheepish grin on his face right now. The ball hit him right in his mush, and it goes out of bounds. He was not expecting that. Poor Joe. Joe's a great guy. I really like Joe Benz.
Yeah, you think of a blue collar worker on your team. You think of Joe Benz. There's another play by Joe. Unfortunately, they're going to get him for a foul here.
Watch it, Joe. Watch your body language. Yep. Joe Benz right there called for the foul, and obviously Joe does not like that whatsoever. In fact, Gage Jones trying to calm him down, and
yeah, of all people, when Gage Jones is trying to calm you down, you might know you have a little bit of an issue. Coach saw it. He's just giving him a break right now, and I think it was a good call by Coach Shank to pull him out, just settle him down a little bit.
Ramirez checks in, shot up there by Cott, no good.
Another defensive rebound, Scoop.
And here come the Orioles. Sunshine Schillinger with it. David, now he'll dribble the ball back out on top. He'll drive now, and he'll kick it to his teammate Gage Jones. Gage, nice move. Down low, up. God, what a move by Gage Jones. Totally faked out the Manistee defenders.
He did. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there against kids that are probably, I would argue, 20 pounds bigger and about 3 inches taller than him.
Well,
so
Gage,
just a gutsy player.
Yep. Gage is going to Calvin University to play football. He's going to be a defensive back for the Knights.
Oh, I just love to watch Gage in football. First year with the Calvin Knights as they start a football team down there. What a better kid to have down there. Cam Gunsel down low, shot short here.
You like to watch him play football. I love to watch Gage Jones play football.
Yeah, he just reminds me of a John Lynch back there,
A heat-seeking missile.
He is. He's exciting to watch.
5:42 left in the third quarter. Ludington up 29-11 over the Manistee Mariners. Manistee with the basketball. Ludington wins. We'll be right back here on Friday night. There'll be the division. There's a putback, and shot was short right there, but Austin Holcomb was in the right place at the right time, and he gets the basket. Ludington up 29-3. Again, the Orioles win. If they win, back here Friday night for the Division II District 35 championship game against the Reed City Coyotes.
Yeah, Reed City really put it on Hart the game before that. Big comeback, 57-42. Remember, Hart was up big in that game. Reed City's got some fight. There's another basket.
Sunshine Schillinger.
Sunshine.
Yep. Reed City now 19-4 on the season. Ludington came into this game 16-6. Manistee came into the game 11-12. All right, Ludington up 31-13. You were saying, Troy?
Manistee likes to stall and get good possessions. There's Cameron with a huge block.
What a block here.
Huge block. He's been playing SOA since they were 7th grade. He's going to let SOA know about that. And David Schillinger in transition.
Schillinger, the official said that was a 2-pointer right there. So David's starting to heat up. He's got 8 points. Ludington up 33-13. There's a shot up and in by Manistee's Caden Cott, his first points of the ball game.
And probably a good timeout right now. Manistee's got a timeout. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. They felt the run and they felt the pressure after Cameron's big block. They didn't want David to get started. But again, Manistee's not a team that can sit back and not push the tempo of this game. The score is 33 right now to 15. You don't have time to take 45, 50-second possessions. possessions. So that's going to, in the long run, that's going to weigh in the Orioles' favor, Scoop, I have to think.
Exactly. That was a fun interview, by the way, the other night with Orioles assistant coach Jamie Sykon. And we want to thank some of our great sponsors right now. Lundquist Furniture and Trent Lundquist, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368, and you can make your debut giving a shout out there, Troy.
Oh, Ludington Paint and Glass. Ludington Paint and Glass, Manistee Paint and Service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street in downtown Ludington. Call LP&G at 843-8250. Ludington Paint and Glass, the local source for all your projects, is proud to support Ludington Orioles sports while being a proud sponsor of the Ludington Orioles Sports Network.
All right.
Thank you, Matt Ewing and Ludington Paint and Glass.
Definitely. Thank you, Matt. And a shout out to my buddy Brian Flipper Kuipen, who's tuned in tonight, classmate of mine. Played football together, and Flipper, an Oriole fan, as well as to Jeff Elliott, a good friend of Coach Thad Shanks. I like to call Jeff a friend as well. 1983 Class C All-State basketball player with the Mason County Central Spartans. Really good friends with Coach Thad Shank. All right, Ludington up 33-15. 4 minutes to go. Nice drive by Sunshine, and he gets the bat just too quick.
Too quick. Here's the full court press here. Schillinger's at the point of it here at X1.
You know, he had that game, Troy, earlier in the year. We covered the game at Muskegon Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge held him to 1 point in the first half. And I remember I think Evan McKinley did the game with me that night, or it might have been Big Country. And I said, watch David come out and end up with 30 points. He came out and had 21-point third quarter.
Yeah, David's a point that could have, my gosh, Spencer Holmes is heating up.
Spencer Holmes with a three-pointer. All the Orioles are heating up right now. They're up 38-15.
That's not what you want to see if you're Manistee coming out of a timeout here. Big three-pointer, though, to answer from Manistee.
Yep, Jacob Sharp gets a three. Now both offenses are starting to heat up, and this is just the type of game the Orioles want to play. Oh, there's a little lob there to Gunsel from Gage Jones. Gunsel will give it now to he gave it to Holmes, and now offensive foul there on Spencer Holmes, I do believe.
Yeah, that's a good call by the officials there. Spencer did hook him. There's really no argument on behalf of Spencer. He knew what he did. He did get the edge there with a hook, and good call by the officials. Looks like we're going to go full court press, too. We got 3:05 left, 38-18 lead here.
20-point Oriole lead, 3:05 left in the third quarter. Jack Stidham is in the ball game for Ludington. He wears jersey 21. He is a senior, and Jack stands 6'2". Sharp with the ball. Nice move by Sharp, and they'll get the ball. Oh, nice move there by Jacob Sharp.
Yeah, Gage made him work for that one. Great bucket there by Manistee.
Jack Stidham with the ball. Ludington up 38-20. Stidham in the lane, no good. And now Jack is going to draw the foul right there. Some good work there in the paint by Jack. He's battling against 2 or 3 Manistee Mariners.
Yeah, he's one of our bigger guys. He gave us great minutes in the beginning of the season. Continues to give great minutes now. Tough kid.
Shout out to our athletic director, Greg Piscadna. Fun guy to talk with. I like Greg.
Greg's a character. Greg's a football guy.
Yes, he is.
I like Greg.
That's why I think him and I get along so great. When I told Greg, he goes, "Who's your color commentary guy tonight, Scoop?" I said, "Troy Veneman." He goes, "Oh, what the heck? Why didn't you ask me?"
Oh, Greg loves me.
Three-point attempt up there by Jack Stidham. No good. Rebound to Manistee. And I said, "Well, I didn't know you didn't. You were interested. You didn't seem that interested in being a public address announcer at Hawley." He goes, "Well, they're two different things." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll keep you in mind, Greg. If I need a color commentary man, of course, it has to be approved by our OSN director, and that's Thad Shank." There's a turnaround in the lane. Basket up and in by Sharp.
Nice little run here by Manistee. It's 38-22. There's Schillinger quickly answers. I don't know if that's and one or if Coach called a quick full timeout. Coach Shank, we got a full timeout by the Orioles. Minute 57 to go in the third. 22-40 Orioles lead.
David Schillinger heating up. He had 4 points at the half, and now he's got 12 in the game. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 5 for Spencer Holmes, 1 for Taj Williams, 4 for Cameron Gunsel, 3 for Daniel Ramirez, and Gage Jones with 12, 13, 15 points for Gage Jones to lead the Orioles so far.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about these kids is, they're not standing around watching one player. They're moving without the ball. They're playing in flow. I saw them play 4 out, 1 in with a dunker. I've seen them wide open with almost 5 guards out there, and just go 5 out. So they're really doing whatever they want to do. But the biggest thing, Scoop, is they're being patient and taking good shots. So, very unselfish basketball. Coach just wants to rein them in right now on the defensive end and shore some things up on the defensive end for the Orioles, I'm sure.
Hey, Oriole Nation, if you're thinking about selling your home or property, let Team Jamie Loney and Christina Simone at 5 Star Real Estate help you. They'll walk you through the process step by step. Jamie and Christina take pride in their communication, organization, and putting clients' wants and needs first. Call Jamie Loney at 231-794-9740 or Christina Simone at 231-343-4598 today. Team Jamie Loney, 5 Star Real Estate, 513 South James Street in Ludington. But I'd like to give a shout out to Dick Underwood, listening back in Ludington, as well as to my folks, Jim and Kathy Hansen. Big Oriole fans. My dad's all-time favorite player, the legendary Mike Evans, 1963 first-team All-Stater and a Mason County Sports Hall of Famer. And his second favorite player is Sam Lightning LeDuc.
Again, Sam LeDuc comes up again. Well-deserved, Sam.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Orioles up 40-22 over the Manistee Mariners. With the ball is Caden Cott. Cott will give the ball now to Austin Holcomb.
Again, Scoop, Manistee can't afford to sit and just waste time in possessions right here. Here's a shot.
A nice shot there by Caden Cott. Well, he made a nice move going down the lane right there. Ludington up by 16, 40-24. And now on the court for the Orioles, Joe Ben's back in the game. And Sunshine's so quick, I missed that.
Sunshine threw it right up the court
Yeah.
to Spencer there. It took all but 2 seconds to get from one end of the court to the other. Spencer took a pretty hard foul there and is at the line shooting too.
So you got Holmes on the court with Schillinger, Benz, Gunsel, and Jones. And the first free throw was up and in by Spencer
Again,
Holmes.
Scoop, Spencer's a kid that was injured. He had a hand. You look at all these kids on the floor. Yeah, you got Gage Jones that had an ankle. You weren't sure. You had Spencer with a hand. You had Cam out for a better part of 3 weeks before Christmas with mono. It's great to see these kids all coming back to make a good run here at the district here.
At the right time.
Yes.
Exactly. Ludington's been playing some good basketball prior to that loss against Whitehall. They had quite a winning streak going.
Yeah, they did, and Whitehall is obviously undefeated. They're just a buzzsaw, but we played those teams tough. And we played good teams even over the holiday turns. You go down to Grand Haven, you play them, here's another turnover here.
Look at that steal by Spencer Holmes. Ahead, see Gunsel. Cam, see Money Gunsel. I thought he was going to get a dunk right there. He gets the basket. That's the important thing. He was going up for it, but he did not finish, but he gets the bucket.
I'm going to have to talk to his dad, Charlie, tomorrow at work. I called Cameron. That was probably half a dunk by Cameron, but again, 2 points nonetheless in the big game.
Well, Charlie said, Charlie told me, he goes, I'm going to stop. I told Cam, I'm going to stop coming to the games unless he starts dunking. I said, sure you are, Charlie.
All right, we got 20 seconds left in the third quarter, 44-26 Orioles. Looks like Orioles going to hold it for the last shot here. Ball's in David's hands.
That last basket was by Jacob Sharp. Ludington up 44-26. Inside, Gunsel, no good, but he's fouled, and he'll shoot two with 2.5 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Again, great patience by the Orioles here, settling for that last shot. We had the last shot in the first quarter. We had the last shot in the second quarter. With 2.5 seconds to go, we'll have the last shot opportunity likely here to get some points on the board. Cameron, the first one is good. 45-26, Orioles lead. Cam steps up to the line with 2.5 to go in the third quarter for his second here.
Boy, you could do some possible future play-by-play the way you're talking. I'm impressed. Hey, that gives us a 20-point lead right there.
Second one by Cam is good, and we got a good lead here.
Orioles up 46-26, and there's the buzzer, and there's a desperation. A desperation shot there by Caden Cott, and that came from about a good 65 feet, and it drew iron.
That was three-quarter court, Scoop, and I don't know if that would have been Cott's first points of the game.
No, he's got four.
He's got four now. Okay, you had four in the third quarter, but points are hard to come by number 5 for Manistee, and that's a good thing for Ludington right now.
Orioles up.
Great shot attempt nonetheless.
46-26. The offense really picked up for both teams right there. Orioles scored 22 points in that third quarter, and Manistee put up, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 17 points for Manistee in the third quarter. So Ludington outscored Manistee 16-3 in the first quarter, 8-6 in the second, 22-17 in the third. They were up 24-9 at the half, and they're now up 46-26. And we got to give some love to some more of our sponsors, beginning with the McGee Insurance Group. They've been serving West Michigan since 1939. They provide quality insurance coverage tailored to fit your needs and budget. McGee Insurance services include auto, commercial, home, health, life, and umbrella insurance. McGee Insurance Group, 5965 West US 10, located next door to Ludington Chiropractic and Dr. Mark Yuck. Call 231-845-5000. And I'll let you give some love to Urca Auto Center. Troy?
Urca Auto Center is founded on trust, integrity, and respect. We're proud to offer all these values in our sales and service business practices so our customers keep coming back. The vehicles on our lot have the best prices and the quality in the area, so come by and see us today. The Urca family has been selling vehicles in Mason County for 4 generations. Urca Auto Center at 3736 US 10. Call us at 845-6282.
All right, and it looks like we might have a foul on, it's going to be on Joe Benz again. Boy, I'll tell you, Joe Benz has been going at it with that's going to be his fourth foul on Joe. And
all right, we'll get quick. Daniel Ramirez will get a substitution in there. Crowd didn't like that call on Joe. I'd say he earned the first 3, arguably, but I'm not sure about that call, Scoop.
Ludington up 46-26, 7:46 left in the game. Manistee with the basketball. On the court for the Orioles, Schillinger, Holmes, Jones, Ramirez, and Gunsel. Chaos Davis with the basketball for Manistee. Now Davis's pass could not be controlled by Caden Cott. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Ludington basketball. And what are we going to have now? We're going to have another confab here with the officials. Got any folks that want to shout out? Any Oriole? I know a lot of Oriole Nation is out there listening. We're going to give a shout out to Oriole Nation. Karen H. says Dick Underwood is her uncle. I did not know that, Karen H. That's awesome. Great guy. John Sales says go O's. Amy Hull, go O's. Of course, Amy Hull, the spouse, the wife of one of my first local sports role models, Steve Hull, 1975 first team All-Stater, Class B.
You couldn't get a better guy than Mr. Hull. Just I see him at OJ Middle School all the time. He loves kids. He does a great job at what he does there. He's just a stand-up guy, one of our county I mean, you can't get a better guy than Steve.
1975, a great year, Troy. Thank you for the pictures. That came from Karen H. I don't know if that's meant for you, Troy, or a different Troy.
I have no clue.
Okay. Also, Sunshine's grandma, Jeannie Anderson, says go O's. And got a shout out as well to Mark Ewing and Jessica Mellons. David Sunshine Schillinger just scored. Speaking of Sunshine's grandma, Jeannie, who we just gave a shout out to. Let's see here. David now has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Now we got to hold on Gage Jones here.
Yeah.
You know, Ludington's going for the jugular, trying to really get this thing out of control here. But the refs are doing a great job of keeping this thing in control.
Coach Shank not happy. You can tell by his body language. Ludington is up 48-26. I just want to mention, Troy, that last basket that Sunshine Schillinger hit gives him 14 points. He has now tied the single season scoring record by a Ludington Oriole boys basketball player. That record set by Gabe Rivera of 601 points, and that's where Sunshine stands right now at 601.
We got 6:01 to go. I mean, I don't know if anybody else in this place knows it, but I'm sure Oriole Nation knows that he's got one more point to break that record with 6:42 to go. Likelihood of him doing it again is pretty good. Right now we got a foul on
Schillinger, and he was not too happy with that. He had it back up court right there, and David felt he got all ball right there.
Yeah, you know, and the refs have, again, they've kept this thing in control, and you know, there's been some questionable calls on both sides, but you know, as far as the refereeing going, it's been fair on both sides.
Ludington up 48-26. Austin Holcomb at the free throw line for Manistee. His second free throw is good. He missed the first one. He's shooting 3. Holcomb with 6 points in the game. Jacob Sharp is our leading scorer. He has 12 points. And Holcomb gets 2 of the 3 free throws. So the Orioles up by 20 points, 48-28. Again, the winner of this ball game will face the Reed City Coyotes on Friday night right back here at Manistee at 7 p.m. Reed City 19-4 on the year. They defeated the Hart Pirates 57-42 in the earlier game here at Manistee tonight, the other semifinal. Three-pointer, Sunshine Schillinger. He is now the Ludington Oriole boys all-time single-season scoring leader.
What an offensive foul on Manistee, and who takes it? Gage Jones, none other than Gage Jones, likes the contact. So you got a big turn of events. You got David with a 3. Again, congratulations to David for breaking another record. But again, congratulations to Gage Jones for being one of the toughest players on the floor, taking that charge for the Orioles.
604 points on this 2023-2024 season for David Sunshine Schillinger, a new all-time Ludington boys single-season scoring record. And might I add, he did a great job on 102.7 WMOM the other day with Chris Nicholas during the morning show.
Yeah, just a humble kid. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better kid in your locker room and player.
We had a little collision right there between Daniel Ramirez and David Schillinger.
I don't think each other knew it was, they were both in the same space there, but right now we're still staying with a full court press. We got 5:48. 51-28 lead here. All
right, with the ball is Caden Cott for the Manistee Mariners. They'll give it now to Austin Holcomb. Every time I say Austin Holcomb, I think of that movie Stripes. Oh, there's a three-pointer by Caden Cott. As the drill sergeant in there was Drill Sergeant Holcomb.
Oh, look
at that! Boy, it's better to be lucky than good, right? Sometimes.
Cameron's been trying to sneak there on that baseline for a alley-oop dunk. He's tried it 3 times this game. That one almost connected.
Three-pointer by Manistee, no good. And here comes Cam Gunsel. And Gunsel will get the 2. He'll go in for the layup right there. The basket he got just before that one, it was an alley-oop. He went up, and like I said, it's just one of those things where just using the right place at the right time. Look at this. Oh, my, as the late great Dick Enberg would say. What a drive there by Spencer Holmes, weaving his way into the paint and down between Manistee Mariners right there. He gets the basket, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Scoop, if we were to look to that sequence of events, it'd start with, again, a defensive rebound by Cameron Gunsel. He goes coast to coast for the 2. Then Manistee inbounds the ball with a bomb to Soa. Cameron goes down, blocks that, outlets it to Spencer. Spencer goes coast to coast with some fancy moves. They got all the Orioles on their feet, and Spencer's able to finish with an and 1. We're sitting at 4:50 with 50. We got a 57-31 lead, and I think I would say, again, I almost feel like Cole Hackert is here. I don't know if he's like a mob boss from the Florida Keys giving someone direction in that student section, but they are alive and well tonight.
Cole is definitely here in spirit, let's put it that way. And a big shout out to all of the Hackert family that's down in Florida with Cole right now. You talk about if you had a first family of basketball in Mason County, they would definitely be in consideration, if not the first family of basketball in Mason County.
Yeah, absolutely, Scoop.
All right, there's a missed shot by Manistee. They'll get the ball ahead. Holmes in for 2. Good.
Again, Scoop, the pace. Manistee's trying to press us and, create some quick turnovers, maybe crawl into this, but it's costing them some energy on the defensive end, and we're able to run in transition and get some easy transition buckets on them.
Ludington 60, Manistee 31, 4:16 left in this Division II, District 35 semifinal boys basketball game. There's a three-pointer for Landon Soa.
Yeah, Soa's, again, he's their big. He's the guy they sent to the line to shoot those technicals earlier, but he can shoot from the outside. Nice three-point shot by Landon there.
We got to get a photo of the student section there. Schillinger went to the hoop right there. I think that was Schillinger's. He's still down. David getting up slowly right there. And it's Ludington basketball. David is, okay. Stidham has it now. He'll give it to Schillinger for 3. God! Look at that. He's down out here. He looks like he's injured. He gets back up. They get the ball up court to him, and he nails a 3.
Scoop, that was pretty, if you did see on our end, David got what I think was fouled, was laying on the ground. The ball went down in the other end of transition. He was laying down right in front of the Reed City Coyotes kids that are sitting here scouting, gets back up, saunters over outside the three-point land.
Love
and he
the
comes
adjective.
out and he just sits here and he sinks another three. And I tell you what, if I was the Reed City Coyotes watching this right now, and they're still down there talking about it, they're saying we have to bottle up this kid come Friday night, because it's looking like the Orioles are going to advance to Friday night. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Over the 63-34 lead, I see the Oriole Nation is just loving it right now. The student section's up. The parents actually joined in the orange out tonight. Just a great atmosphere up here in Manistee.
Looking down at Jason Hathaway down there, big Oriole fan. He brought us up some goodies from Jimmy John's earlier. He's loving it. All the Oriole Nation is loving it. We got an orange out going on here at Manistee, and life is good right now if you're a Ludington Oriole fan. It's good to be an Oriole.
Absolutely, Scoop, absolutely.
You know, there's been some people that have questioned the fact about, I'm too much of a homer. Hey, I'm an unabashed homer.
Yeah. Well,
anybody who listens to me, I'll tell them I bleed orange and black. I am a homer, and I am not ashamed of it. I'm very proud of it. Go Ludington Orioles.
I love it, Scoop. I love it. We got 3:40 to go here, 63-34 lead.
All right, bringing the ball up for Manistee, number 3. That's Austin Holcomb checking into the Oriole lineup, and it's good we're seeing some fresh faces out there right now. Number 3, Robbie Killips is out there, a 6-foot senior. Also, Taj Williams, a 6-foot freshman. There's a shot by Manistee, no good. Jack Stidham is checked back into the lineup, a 6-foot 2-inch senior. You also got Alex Smith out there. He wears jersey 34. There's a shot up by Jack Stidham, no good. Again, I was mentioning Alex Smith, number 34, a 6-foot 3-inch junior. And you got number 54, Benjamin Gronstal, a 5-foot 11-inch junior.
Yeah, Scoop, I mean, you put these kids in that normally might not get any minutes, but I'll tell you what, they give quality minutes in late, and there's a big block there.
Great job by Alex Smith, and he almost lost his glasses right there.
Yeah, Alex is just a great kid, too, a hustle kid. It's good to see these kids in there getting some minutes and taking good shots. Great shot by Taj there, hard shot, though.
You're getting a brief view of the future of Ludington basketball there with Taj Williams. I remember when David came up as a freshman, and he hit that game-winning shot in the district championship game at Cadillac as a freshman. And he's been wanting to get back. Ludington last year got knocked out by Big Rapids in the opening district game at Big Rapids. And the sophomore, or when he was a sophomore, I'm trying to think, Ludington, they lost. Oh, it'll come to me here in a second, Oriole Nation. Usually I'm a little more up on...
Scoop, I think you're a little excited, because if you were to ask me with 2 minutes to go in the game, we'd be up 63-34 after only beating this team twice by 8 points during the regular season. You would think we're crazy, but I'm telling you, the Ludington's pouring on right now. There's another turnover.
Great play there by Alex Smith on the rebound and getting that ball, saving it, and then getting it to his teammate. Also in the game for the Orioles, number 11, Derek Dunsel, 6-foot 1-inch senior. Good to see Derek out there.
Yeah, Derek's just a workhorse, gives quality minutes. Not only on the basketball court, on the gridiron, he's just a workhorse wherever the kid goes. Here's another foul on Manistee. That's their 4th team foul with 2 minutes to go. They get another one. Ludington will end up at the charity stripe for free throws from here on out.
Robbie Killips fouled there by Austin Holcomb. See a little talk going on between those two number 3s down there. Ludington up again, 63-34, 2:12 to go in the game. Inside Smith, shot no good. Rebound to Manistee's Isaiah Davis, who's checked into the game. Davis, a really good football player for the Manistee Mariners. Also out there for Manistee right now is number 30, Grayson Prince. There's a shot no good. Rebound to Derek Dunsel. He'll outlet it to Alex Smith. 1:54 to go in the game. Smith up, no good, draws the foul.
Tell you what, that shows you how athletic Alex is. I mean, for a big, again, like you just said, Scoop, he's 6'3". He took that ball from half court and almost finished right at the rim. Crossed the guy over 2 or 3 times on the way there. Here in these free throws right here. Good for Alex.
Alex Smith at the free throw line. Where's jersey number 34? 1:52 left in this game. First free throw, no good. We're looking forward to being right back here with you on Friday night. Should be on the air between 6:47 and about probably 6:52 with the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame show. Tip-off 7 p.m. The Ludington Orioles 17-6 against the Reed City Coyotes 19-4.
Yeah, Scoop, that'll be a good environment. I saw it before this Reed City's game against Hart. Reed City really traveled well. It ought to be another packed house up here in Manistee on Friday night.
Alex Smith gets one free throw. The Orioles up 64-34. There's a drive and a basket by Caden Cott. Make sure you check out the Oriole Sports Network page later this evening, Oriole Nation. Oh, what a move there by Taj Williams, and he gets the basket.
Yeah, Taj showing he belongs here. He got some early minutes, too. It's good to see him come back from that hip injury he had earlier in the game.
Nice move there by Jacob Sharp. He'll get the basket. Ludington up 66-38. Again, the Oriole Sports Network page later tonight. We will have the final score, the scoring by quarters, and the individual scoring will be up there from tonight's Ludington-Manistee ball game. We'll also have area scores of interest. All the district games that were played tonight will be up on the Oriole Sports Network page. And we have, do we have another technical issue?
Here's Scoop. I believe number 10 for Manistee. He just fouled out.
Okay, fouled out. You know, the big thing with Ludington players right now, you don't want to get into any silly stuff right here and face a suspension for Friday's game.
Right, and I think coaches, Coach Shank's entourage, the coaches down there, they kind of just said that, hey, let's just play and be good sports, and they know that. And Manistee, it's a rival, but these kids do have a deep respect for each other, same with the coaches. So I think the coaches will keep it under control.
Derek Dunsel, shot no good, but he's fouled. You mentioned it, Coach Shank has a cornucopia of assistant coaches.
I tell you what.
A plethora.
I tell you what, I'm looking down there now. John Stowe, he's been a head coach. Jamie Sycon, an assistant. Noah Lehman, a head coach of the JV. Dante Vella, head coach of the freshmen. And you got Mike Mesher, probably one of the best walleye fishermen ever. I don't know what he's doing on the bench, but maybe offering team dinners, walleye fry. No, I'm just kidding. Mike Mesher's, him and his brother Dan, they know everything about basketball there is to know. And of course, they're brought up in that Coach Shank culture too.
Dunsel's first free throw, no good. Of course, Noah Lehman, a disciple of Coach Shank as well. And, if you ever want to get Mike Mesher going, just tell him that Michael Jordan is not the greatest basketball player of all time. Derek Dunsel gets 1 point. I know that because I've been there with him, arguing, for some of my favorites like Magic Johnson, Dr. J, Julius Irving, Pistol Pete Maravich, Larry Bird, going right down the line right there. So here we go. Manistee with the ball. Ludington up 67-38. Davis with it now. He'll give it, and shot put up no good there by Grayson Prince. They'll get it to Davis now. Davis down on one knee, and now he'll be called for the traveling violation. We want to thank Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368. Robbie Killups will get the ball into Benjamin Gronstal. Robbie's showing that good baseball arm there. And there's Smith up, no good. And the ball hit the support beam up there. And we've got to get a photo of the student section here. Get a photo of them waving by to the, there you go. Perfect angle right there. Get those arms up. That'll be up on the OSN later tonight. All right. 20 seconds to go. Ludington 67, Manistee 38. The Orioles just a few seconds away from their 17th victory of the season, and a date with the Reed City Coyotes this Friday for a possible Class B district championship. There's a shot put up by Davis, no good. 3 seconds to go, Davis, no good. Ball out of bounds, and there's the buzzer, and we got a final from Manistee in this Division II, district number 35, boys semifinal game. The Ludington Orioles 67 and the Manistee Mariners 38. And I don't believe I said the CHIP word one time during the game tonight.
No, you did not. You said Mariners, Mariners, Mariners. I would have had to pitch the scoop. You did a great job tonight. And hats off to Manistee for hosting this district. I mean, what a great environment. It's nice to see the players and coaches shaking hands. There's not a deep hatred in this rivalry. There's just a hard-fought mutual respect, and it just showed on the court today. There's really no major incidents. I thought the refs did a great job keeping things in control. And 2 words, no doubt. Ludington left no doubt today who the better team was today on the court with a big 67-38 win. If I was Reed City on the way back, the Coyotes have a lot to think about before Friday night, because if Ludington comes and plays as a team, TV defense, transition basketball, and knocking down those early threes with a lot of support, I think they're going to be a handful, and a handful come Friday night.
A big thank you to Ken Cott and to Manistee. Ken Ken Cott, of course, their athletic director here, and he got us set up tonight, and we appreciate what he did for us. And again, like you said, thanks to Manistee for hosting this tournament. They host a lot of districts. We play here for a lot of districts, a lot more districts here than what we host at Ludington. Hopefully in the future we'll have more districts at Ludington for the boys and the girls.
Yeah, Scoop, we just redid the Holly a little bit. We're putting in a new floor this summer, so hopefully we'll think about hosting some districts too, because again, a 20-minute drive up here isn't bad, but our girls, we play over in Big Rapids. That's a long way if you have to go 2 or 3 times in a week, and it'd just be nice to play from the comforts of home. So hopefully we'll have that in our future.
So the Orioles win 67-38. Reed City defeats Hart 57-42. So the 19-4 Reed City Coyotes will face off against the 17-6 Ludington Orioles right back here at Manistee Friday night, 7 p.m. We want to thank Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. Big shout out to Scott Smith. Big Ludington Orioles supporter right there. His son Gavin doing very well for the Ludington boys swim team right now. And a big shout out to that swim team. They've had a number of boys qualify for state of late. Ludington ended up outscoring Manistee 21-12 in that fourth quarter after outscoring them 22-17 in the third, 8-6 in the second, 16-3 in the first. The Orioles led 24-9 at the half, 46-26 at the end of 3, and they win 67-38. Scoring tonight for Manistee, Austin Holcomb with 7 points, 2, 4, 6, 9 for Caden Cott. Jacob Sharp had 12 points. Let me double check that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 14. I'm sorry. Jacob Sharp had 14 points. I will always admit my math is not my forte. And for Landon Soa, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for Landon Soa. For the Orioles, 3 points for Taj Williams. Spencer Holmes, 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 for Spencer Holmes, 1 for Derek Dunsel. Gage Jones had those 4 3-pointers. He ends up with 15 points, 1 for Alex Smith, 3 for Daniel Ramirez. Cam Gunsel, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 for Gunsel. And Sunshine Schillinger tonight. Just a 1 3-pointer for Sunshine tonight. He was held to 4 points in the first half, but he ends up with 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19 points. He does it often. There are nights when these boys having a quiet night, and you look up the scoreboard, and all of a sudden he's at 19 points.
Yeah, Scoop, he's just an amazing player, but I think, Gage came and set the tone, too, from three-point land and kind of open up the interior. And I can't say enough for our rebounding today. Cam was in there. We got some great minutes from Stidham. If you look back, I think the difference in the game, especially early on, was not only our toughness, but our toughness on the offensive, defensive board. So I think that really set the tone for everybody.
And Troy, if you want to give your headsets up there to Coach Shank right now. We definitely got a guy, Coach Shank, that we can have with us for doing color commentary in the future.
Guy, silver tongue. He's always had a silver tongue, that guy.
Coach, he can do play-by-play in case the Iron Man, yours truly here, if I ever have to miss a game, because he can do that too.
Thanks.
Congratulations on this 67-38 victory tonight over the Manistee Mariners. Your boys came out, and I thought Gage Jones really set the tone early with those 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, I mean, Gage knocked it down tonight, and they're going to come out and play aggressive on Dave and try to limit Dave's looks. And they were in full denial on Spencer as well. And, we got other kids who can make plays. And, to have 4 guys spread out and scoring tonight like that, I mean, that's a good sign. But the thing I liked about everything most was just our defense. Defensively, Manistee is not a phenomenal high school basketball team, but they got some quick guys who've broken us down on the dribble this year, and we came out and decided we were going to pack things in and limit penetration, and we did a very nice job of that.
Yeah, you jumped out, your boys jumped out to that 16-3 first quarter lead, and it was 24-9 at the half. To give Manistee just 9 points in the first half, that was tenacious and ferocious defense.
Yeah, I mean, the game was kind of slow. They were trying to make it slow, but, those long possessions in the first 2 games, eventually we got broke down on the dribble sometimes. Tonight we didn't. We were pretty well connected on the defensive end, and, Just super proud of the guys.
Spencer Holmes had a big second half. The play of Cam Guntzel, boy, was he doing a job on the glass tonight.
Well, I mean, we're playing a team that's our size, which is helpful sometimes, but if Cam gets to the offensive glass and gets us second and third opportunities, we're in good shape.
David Schillinger tonight held to 4 points in the first half, but he ended up with 19 on the night.
Well, you know how Dave rolls. I mean, he can go into halftime having 4 or 5, and you know he's going to go off. So,
Coach, before we talk a little bit about the Reed City Coyotes here, you've coached both Gabe Rivera and David Sunshine Schillinger. Talk about coaching both of those players and similarities and differences.
Well, they're just both phenomenal high school basketball players. I mean, they're different in Dave's a little smaller package. Gabe was long and quite a bit longer, but they both played on similar teams. I mean, part of their strength is they played with a lot of perimeter players who could really shoot the ball and do different things, and it allowed them to play in the middle of the floor and attack the basket and create. And so I think it's been they both were fortunate to have great teammates around them that were very skilled, and then you put their athleticism and their ability to just their ability to take the ball to the rack and finish. It's just, it's made for some exciting, high-scoring teams over the years.
Yeah. Now, granted, you've got a couple more games this year. You play in your regular season, 22 games. But tonight, Sunshine went past Gabe Rivera, who is Ludington's all-time leading scorer at 601. And then Sunshine tonight went past that. But that's why I wanted to.
Well, that's awesome. But we're not playing for records right now.
Well, I understand that, Coach.
I'm saying? It's the record stuff is. We're not worried. We're worrying about winning. It's winning time, Scoop.
I totally understand
you guys can talk. You can talk about the records with Julia and Troy up here all you want. I've just been blessed to have both those guys play basketball for me, and that's all I'll say on that.
Well, Coach, I knew I was going to get my head bit off on that one because I know you're all about the team, but I had to do my job as a media guy there, too.
That's not your job, Scoop. Your job is to cover the Orioles team, not just the superstars. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's talk about the Reed City Coyotes.
Good high school basketball team. I mean, it's going to be a battle here on Friday night. We're going to have to play our best game of the year, and they're 19-4 for a reason. I don't know if the Hammond kid's going to play on Friday. He didn't play tonight, but he is a critical part of that basketball team, and we just got to become prepared to play our best basketball.
I didn't write down number 10's name, but he looks like a pretty good little ball player as well for Reed City. And I wish I should have wrote that.
10.
Number 10 for Reed City.
I think you got to get your scouting report straight. Well, number 1 maybe, or number 21.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is 1. It is 1, Coach.
Oh, you're on the floor now looking for your scouting report.
Landon Jackson. Jackson. There it is.
They got a lot of good players. They got 4 or 5 solid players who can do a lot of things. So we're going to go home and get some rest and prepare to play them tomorrow.
That's right. Congratulations, Coach, on the win, and we'll talk to you on Friday. That's Coach Thad Shank, and his boys win tonight against the Manistee Mariners by the score of 67-38. Again, the Orioles ended up outscoring the Mariners 21-12 in that fourth quarter. Their offense really sparkled in the second half. Ludington outscored Manistee 22-17 in the third quarter. And make sure you check out the Oriole Sports Network page. Later this evening, we'll have all the stats up there, the scoring by quarter, and all the area scores of interest. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors down the line. We've had a fantastic year, and we appreciate you sponsors and all that you have done for us. And again, a big thank you to Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. And I want Oriole Nation to know, and I think you do know Oriole Nation, I am all about the Orioles. Coach Shank right there gets this time of year, and it is all about the team right there. And within the victory tonight, great to see David Sunshine Schillinger pass Gabe Rivera in Gabe's record of 601 points, which Gabe had held since he graduated. I believe Gabe graduated, I want to say 2008. It was either 8 or 9, but Gabe Rivera, tremendous ball player. I remember back when Gabe was playing, I was the Oriole public address announcer at the time at Hawley Gym, and 2 fantastic players. And this team this year, a fantastic ball team, too. They have moved now to 17-6 on the season. We'll be right back here Friday night. The Ludington Orioles and the Reed City Coyotes. Again, the Coyotes 19-4, the Orioles 17-6, and those two teams will be playing for a Division II District number 35 championship here at Manistee High School. And with that said, a big shout out and a big thank you to Troy Veneman, who made his debut tonight doing color commentary. He did a fantastic job, and I look forward to working with Troy in the future. Just did a bang-up job, and I thought he really did well. And with that said, for our executive producer, executive director, Thad Shank, also for the WMOM owner, Chris Nicholas, for my technical engineer tonight, doing her usual awesome job for the OSN and 102.7 WMOM, Julia Havman, and for my color commentary man tonight, Troy Veneman. This is the voice of the Ludington Orioles, Todd Scoop Hansen, saying so long from Manistee High School. Once again, your final score in the Division II, District number 35 semifinal boys basketball game. The Ludington Orioles defeat the Manistee Mariners by the score of 67-38. Good night, Oriole Nation, and we'll talk to you on Friday right back here at Manistee. Stay classy.
You've been listening to high school sports here on the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. This high school sports event was brought to you by House of Flavors Manufacturing, House of Flavors Restaurant, Safe Harbor Credit Union, Indian Summer Co-op, Smith & Eddy Insurance. Also in part by PM Builders, Benedict's Collision, Lundquist Furniture, Crown and Cork Waterfront Kitchen, Ludington Paint and Glass. In addition, today's game is brought to you by Urca Auto Center, Team Jamie Loney 5-Star Real Estate, McGee Insurance, Ludington Chiropractic, and Groundworks Landscaping. Join us again for more high school sports with the partnership between Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM.